Whoa, what's going on? This is Dotha Sykes, and you watching Takeover TV. Watch.
Right.
You got it now. You got it.
Dotha Sykes on Takeover TV. How you feel?
Man, I feel excited now, man. I've been sliding y'all DMs for years, man. Trying to get a spot in it.
He said years. We only been around for
2 years.
But you know what? To your credit, you have. I think you messaged. Maybe was it last year?
My last year, first time, yeah. Then I thought to myself, like, man, I messaged. They ain't had nothing going on that time. And I was like, yeah, they probably ain't gonna hit me back, you know. So, and then I reached out when I had something going on because, like, you know, interviews more interesting when you got something going on, you know.
Right.
So, you know, I had to, you know, make sure y'all knew I was still here and still exist in this world, you know.
Well, you know, the big thing about interviews, man, interviews are all about timing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got some good stuff going on. What you got going on? Tell everybody what you got going.
Man, just released the home web series, the pilot, Prove Them Wrong, directed by Huey, wrote by me and myself. Man, amazing cast, first off. But the home web series I wrote about is for like artists in Shreveport, you know, basically having your dreams lit at a place that always rain. You know what I mean? So, but when I dropped this first pilot episode, it was more about, you know, the choice of him going for his dreams and family situations at the same time and trying to make both ends meet, you know. Definitely about that. But that was definitely a true story of mine, you know, beginning, you know, when I started acting. You know, so I had to put that in there.
So how long did it take you to write the series out? Or is it a continuous thing right now?
Oh, it's a continuous thing going on right now. We got a bunch of episodes lined up. And we wanted to see how the first one how the people felt about the first one.
Right.
And, you know, and get some input, you know, from the audience and see what they think. So that way, either we can detour or we can keep on track. And right now, we definitely stand on track.
So you're writing as you go?
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know if you had the whole thing written out, you just break it out in parts, or you just kind of write it.
No, we got five episodes lined up, like
okay.
already, you know, planned out.
Right.
So since we got this first one, now we work on the second one. Now since we dropped the first one, we gotta fix the second one, the nitpick, and, you know, to make it better than the first one, you know. So, cause we didn't know exactly what to expect after we dropped the first one, you know. So now we know and we see the reviews. Now with the second one, we can go ahead and shoot and do that one, and then the same with the third, and so on.
So did you get what you expected, or was it more than what you expected as far as the reviews and the comments and the shares? And
man, I'm a type of guy that I never focused on the reviews. I was nervous. I felt like I was performing on stage, you know.
Right.
Very nervous because I don't know I don't know how people think. I don't know what they expect, you know. But with me, you know, I was definitely, you know, expecting. I got a lot more than what I expected, you know, a lot more. I didn't even expect this much, to be honest with you.
Right.
So it was like and all of them been positive reviews so far. You know, I haven't, you know, really got any, you know, negative feedback about it because I guess I was focusing on being relatable, making sure I was relatable.
And then it's something positive too.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny and it's something positive.
Right.
It's nothing too crazy or, you know, violent or anything like that. It's putting Shreveport in a positive light. And I think a lot of people been waiting on something like that. And so, you know, brought it to life. So here we are.
Right. And Shreveport, that's one thing that did the series by home, which I'm glad I moved back here because...
Where'd you move back? I mean, where'd you move from?
Oh, Vegas. We stayed in Vegas for about a year and a half, me and my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, with the kids and everything. Then I went out there, did some comedy and acting, you know, audition and stuff like that. Then my wife's choosing the Air Force. Shout out to Lodi Chanel Sykes.
All right, aim high.
Yeah,
baby. Okay.
What's up? So we came back, and I'm not gonna lie. When I moved back, I was kind of disappointed in a way because, you know, I'm back at home where it's like I feel like I started over. You know what I mean? But then again, I had to remember because being out there, a lot of people see Shreveport totally different from what you living in. Like people see like, oh, they think of, you know, hurricane, baby. They think they just see what they, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
all
yeah.
they know.
I mean, that's what
You know?
they've seen on TV. So what you see is what you
perceive,
right?
But so
it's like Las Vegas, and you know how Vegas is outside of downtown. Man, it looks just completely run down. But all
Man.
you see when you see Vegas, all you see is the Las Vegas Strip.
right.
So I mean, what you see is perception.
Right.
Right.
So I had to make sure, you know, making a web series about home, make sure people really see my home and what I'm experiencing at home in Shreveport, Louisiana, in a positive way. That's why I had Tyrese, portrayed Tyrese in the beginning of it, because that was such a hard hit for Shreveport, where a lot of people felt like negative and they felt down about that somebody from with all this money and all that fame shooting down, like, you know, ain't nobody gonna find you in Shreveport. Like, that's something we don't need to hear. That's something we don't need, you know, in our head right now.
If you live in the middle of the jungle and freaking Shreveport, Louisiana, some damn where in the middle of the nowhere, no disrespect to Shreveport, I love my fans out there. But if you're an actress or a model or somebody who's looking to do something impactful, ain't nobody gonna find your ass in no Shreveport. Come on, man. Out of sight, out of mind.
So me doing this, I wanted to show the audience, like, look, man, look, I'm struggling too, and I'm an artist just like you, and no matter where you are, you can make it, you know, if you just push that grind to the next level, you know.
Right. See, at first I was gonna tell you to give them a brief description exactly what home is, but we ain't gonna do that. We're gonna make them go to YouTube and check it out for themselves.
Watch it. I'm telling you, watch it. You will not be let down. Watch Home, man.
No, you won't. You won't be let down. You know, I co-sign you on that.
I appreciate
So
that.
how long you been in the acting business?
I've been in acting business since 2008.
Okay. So what
Yeah.
got you started in that?
Man, I graduated from CE Bird 2008. I didn't even make it to my graduation because I got into the film industry at that time.
Okay.
The first thing I did was a Jordan commercial, which went national, and I didn't know it was national until my uncle called me from Florida and said, "Hey man, I see you on TV," you know. So, but during that time I was playing football and getting ready to go to college. So after that commercial dropped, you know, I took money from Jordan, so I couldn't play football anymore because that's against the NCAA rule. So I was like, so I had to take it as of maybe one door closed and another one open.
All right.
So I took that advantage and started doing some studying, thanks to my mother, because she the one, you know, really got me into it and led me in the right direction. And after that, man, I've just been auditioning for everything. Driving 8 hours to Atlanta, back, going to work the next day, driving 5 hours to New Orleans, and going back to work the next day, the same day. Same day.
So you did a turn and burn to Atlanta.
To Atlanta.
9-hour drive, bro.
Hey man, it's the grind. It's the grind, dude. You can't afford a hotel, you got to audition? Yo, I'm there, man. Like,
So did you get the part in Atlanta?
no, I didn't.
Oh, damn.
I didn't. I did not get the part. It be like that sometimes, though.
Right, I understand.
It be like that. So, you know, I mean, I've been on a lot of auditioning, but I booked less than I went out for. But every experience that I went through is totally worth it. It's totally worth it. You know, it makes it more valuable for me.
Okay. So I mean, who's some of the people that you've met along the way? As far as, you know.
Man, I done met a lot of people. First, after I did the Jordan commercial, I was up for the role for Friday Night Lights. Let me tell you how God works, and this is some real talk. Because when I got into acting, I was always a Friday Night Lights fan. Like, I always watched it.
Right.
Because, you know, football. And when I got into acting, when I say maybe a couple months into the business, I auditioned for it.
You talk about the series,
The
right?
series, yeah,
Okay.
the series. And it was season 4. And the casting director liked me. The director liked me. I was up for the whole season 4 character role, like all season, 2 seasons promised. And I was supposed to fly to LA for a screen test. and that didn't happen because they chose to, they casted Michael B. Jordan at that time.
So Michael B. Jordan got casted though.
He got casted.
That's not a bad person to.
No, it's not a bad at all.
You know what I'm saying?
But
Yeah.
the director still called and said, "Hey, I'm gonna give you 4 episodes still."
Okay.
Because I love your audition. I gotta have you in it. So it was all cool. So I was on set with Michael B. Jordan, which I see why he work a lot, because that's the most humble dude you will ever meet. Cool, down to earth, ain't bougie nothing. And still to this day, he's still the same way after all them years. So when I met him, I worked with The Rock and Snitch here in Shreveport.
Okay.
50 Cent. I did Streets of Blood back in 2008. And a lot of people don't know this. Back in 2008, 50 was talking to me about playing Dre in the TV show Power. Before it was the name of Power. Like, I seen the script, I'm like, oh, it's pretty dope. And he was like, yeah, it's more like, like a Scarface type of thing, drug deal, but we're still working on it. This was back in 2008. So
Right.
I'm sitting here like, cool, my hopes are high, but
So you supposed to be Dre.
I'm supposed to be Dre.
You the one supposed to be under federal witness protection right now.
But God works in different ways, though, so maybe I
Okay.
wasn't supposed to be Dre, So,
Hey, it is what it is.
right.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, with that, man, each time something like that happened, it gave me more drive, because it's like I get so close, then all of a sudden it's a setback. It's like God, like, okay, yeah, this is for you. Let me see how you act for this one, and then pull me back. Like, all right, okay, let me get you ready, even more before I give you that. And it happened
Right.
so many times, man. But when people come to me and they were like, oh, I want to be an actor and stuff like that, like, yeah, you see the small roles of that book, but are you really considering the grind, like getting like payday loans just to get gas money just for an audition that you hope you get, you know?
Right.
So it's one of them things. It's like, man, I still love it though, man. To the end of the day,
But man, you gotta think, man. Some people don't even get that close.
and that's what keep me going. Because
Right.
I feel like if 50 said, hey man, I want you to play this role after we done the movie, there had to be some kind of connection that we had, or some kind of talent that I showed him that I was good enough to act in his series, Or with Friday Night Lights, when the director said, we didn't cast you, but we want to give you 4 episodes. Like, all that, like, gave me motivation. Like, maybe acting is for me,
Right.
And I went through that whole period of not booking anything. Like, I had to work in a real, store. I worked at, what's it called? It's a clothing store, Body Central. I worked at Body Central, the only dude in there. The only dude in Body Central, before I got married. Don't.
I've been saying that could be good.
Nah,
bad,
that
depending
before I
on
got
what it
married,
was.
man. Yeah, that was, it was good, but
Right,
now,
right.
now, but I had to work a regular job in that time. So then I kind of like transitioned to stand-up comedy, to basically the kill time of me not booking anything, just to expand my talent.
Who's your favorite stand-up comedian, past or present?
Past or present, man, I grew up.
Okay, give me 3. I know it's hard to get one. Give me 3, or at least top 2 or 3.
Okay, I grew up on Dave Chappelle to the fullest.
Okay.
So that's Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy, and third I would have to say Bill Burr. It's my number 3.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Now I know we was talking about this comedy thing. Now
Yeah.
let's get back to this Tyrese quote that we was talking about.
Man, 'cause that was the peak of, like, it set a lot of people in Shreveport back. Like, it made them like so aggravated and mad, because Shreveport is a place of a lot of talented people.
That's true.
That put they grind and hard work in it, and somebody that already made it tell you that nobody's gonna find your ass.
So what did he exactly say?
You know what? From word to word, I wrote it on my home series.
Right.
It word to word from exactly what he said.
We want it word for word.
But it was, man, he spoke for like 15 minutes, but I ain't gonna do the whole 15 minutes. But
Yeah.
it was basically what stood out was, I know some of y'all, got touched when you was little and, been raped, whatever, woo-doo-woo. you know what? Stop feeling bad for yourself. You know, get out the pity potty.
Oh.
Go be, you know, don't be antisocial. You know, he said, ain't nobody gonna find your ass in the middle of the jungle somewhere like Shreveport, Louisiana, something where
So Shreveport, the jungle?
I guess we were.
And all the movies.
I guess we were, man. Nope.
That's crazy.
We are the jungle in his eyes.
The jungle, huh?
The jungle. I mean, it was on Twitter. This was when Said was in office. Glover.
Right.
He
right.
tweeted Tyrese like, "Hey man, what's going on? You made the governor like tweet you. He don't tweet. He tweeted Tyrese, hey man, what's going on? You know? Oh, I apologize for that, man. I ain't mean. I'm trying to motivate people. You know."
Even though that was bad, but it kind of put Shreveport in the light for a little bit. You
It
know what I'm
did.
saying?
It did. That's why I say it's a positive negative thing.
Right.
You know, which, you know, that's why I had to reflect. I needed to start it off with that video because you know, people that live in Shreveport know about the video of Tyrese speaking about Shreveport. That's just a memory because what the words that he spoke, as if nobody's gonna find your ass in Shreveport, is the fact that artists that myself play is gonna go through all this grind to make it in Shreveport.
Right.
You know, which is possible, which is very possible. You know, I mean, I done did it full time just living in Shreveport. You know, doing what I want to do. But I got kids to feed. You know, and kids don't stop eating.
They don't.
Nah, I wish they did. I was like, just give me 1 week of not eating anything so I can stack up my cheese.
What about a day?
Oh, a day? Nah, I need a
You
week.
said a
I need a week. You know, a kid in Africa, they last months without it. They 35 cents a day. Can you eat like them?
Let me ask you, when you was doing comedy,
Mm-hmm.
did you ever get booed off stage?
Oh, plenty of time. Twice.
What,
matter of fact.
what was the worst place that you performed at?
Shreveport. Shreveport.
They booed you here, bro.
Shreveport. Dude, it was like 2 months into me doing comedy.
Yeah.
And I used to host this open mic spot called Words of a Lattes. So during that time, I took over this old host that moved. Then my name started getting out there because I started doing, you know, improv and, you know, talking about the talent, woo. So one of the radio guys was there. Shout out to Scooter Man. He was like, hey, yo, you funny, man. You know, we got Tank performing at Diamond Jack. You should open up for him. I'm like, Mama, I made it. This is it. This is it for me, man. This is it. So I went there, and a group performed before I did. You know,
Right.
the Stroggins Band. Yeah, Stroggins Band. They performed. They did their thing. So, you know, Scooter brought me up. Man, when I say, I guess the word comedy wasn't, you know, ignite with people's memory. Like, soon as I got on stage, I didn't even get one joke out. I didn't get one joke. I said, hey, Brad, how you doing?
Boom.
Huh?
Then they just started.
I said, how you doing? And, you know, I just hear three people say, oh, we good. Everybody chatting, whatever. So I'm trying to tell my joke, and I hear boo, like, right in front of me. It was like a ripple. It was like a ripple, and it just started growing and growing. And I was like, you know, y'all don't know comedy. And I walked off the stage.
You might as well just say that.
Just say, man, that was the worst. There was 1,500 people there.
Ooh.
But that was 3 months into my comedy. So it was like, I'm glad I got that early, you know, because
Right.
it was definitely a learning experience. Not to say yes to everything. You open up for people that do comedy, not singing with their shirt off, because there's a bunch of horny cougars there. They ready to see Tank with his shirt off.
Right.
They don't want to hear no jokes.
They want to hear your ass cracking jokes.
No. They want to see some abs. That's what they want to see. They came to see some abs. But you know, that was the worst one out of all of them, man. All of them, I got booed in my own city.
So you've done acting, you've done comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So you would probably say comedy was harder than the acting, or
Man, comedy, yes. I would say comedy is definitely harder than acting.
Yeah.
Because I would say they're about the same. Because acting, you gotta know how to spiritually find yourself into a character that's written down on paper. Like,
True.
You have to make believe of somebody that you never knew. You know what I mean?
Now you
Like,
got to become him or her.
him or her, yeah. You got to find out what color she like, what food she eat. Like
Right.
outside, you got to become that person. Where with comedy, it's like you don't know the joke is good until you do it.
Yeah.
You know, so they both. I would say comedy is harder because, especially during these days, because a lot of people, you know, comedy is very sensitive these days. So you got to be careful how you talk or what you talk about these days because everybody, you know, get offended so easily.
Yeah.
But I talk about my family, and I talk about my kids, my wife, you know, me, because this is what I know.
Right.
You know.
You know that inside out.
That inside
It's
out,
safe.
you know. Yeah.
Relatively safe.
Yeah. You know, so I try to get my like I talk about my son a lot. You know, he's breastfeeding and you know, my wife just, you know, took him off and now he every time he see my wife, you know, walking in, he holds his hand together like he trying to spit game, like he still want a titty. Like, you know, I'm proud of him in a way. Like he every time he see it, his hands go like this. Like I said, baby, you better watch out. He gonna catch you sleeping one day. He still want that titty. You know, my son love that titty, but you know, the breast milk pretty good too. You ever had breast milk?
Not that I remember.
I think you remember. It's good, man.
Not that I remember.
Man, it's good. I tried it for the first time, man. I feel healthier, man. I feel smarter. It's better than weed, man.
Really?
Nah, I'm lying, man. Don't try that shit.
I mean,
Don't try that shit, man. I'm just playing.
I wasn't gonna try it. I was just gonna take your word for it and keep rolling.
Man, yeah, man. People in the NFL pay for that, man. I was like, they buy that shit, man.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the formula.
Yeah, see, just stick with
Add water.
the Similac. Just stick with the Similac.
Add water. So, when do you plan on dropping part 2 of the home series?
November.
November. What are we at? October. Okay,
Next one.
right around the
Yeah,
corner.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because this is all right. So I want people to understand too that this is money that's coming out of my pocket. So you know, it's not like I'm funded. You know, so everything that
Oh,
you
tell
see,
them again.
Yeah.
I understand.
So if I could drop a video every week, I promise I would. But I can't, you know, do that because you know financially where I stand. You know, now if I see something coming back, yeah, of course.
Oh, dude.
But
I understand. You ain't gotta explain it to me. I already
hey,
know.
give me a month. If the second episode do good and y'all keep feeding on the second and the first one and it get more views and it start getting paid, well, guess what? It go from 1 month to 2 weeks. Then they get better.
Why you think I don't do interviews that often? Stuff costs money, you know.
It costs.
You got
man.
people, man. I need an interview. Oh, hey, man. I'm not funded. I'm self-funded.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I got to pay the guy to edit, you know, the video work, film
Right.
it. So, you know, like you said, stuff costs money. And if you're not sponsored, you got to pay for it yourself. So I don't blame you.
Yeah.
It's coming, I believe.
Yeah, it's coming.
But it's coming.
It's coming. I can't stop now. No, not P Diddy, baby. Ain't no
Yeah,
stopping.
you don't
this.
set the bar. You don't gave us part 1.
Yeah.
And you're on camera said there's 5 parts, so we want all of the 4.
Man, I can't wait for y'all to see it, man. It's gonna be. It's definitely gonna come together, and you know, I promise I'm gonna make sure that it's better than what I released. Like boom, 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 boom. You know.
And tell the fans where they can find the web series.
You can just type in Home Web Series, Home the Web Series on YouTube, and it has an Instagram page. You can follow me at Dotha Sykes IV. That's all the same. All my social media. Dotha Sykes, DOTHER. I got to spell it too, or.
I mean, some people ain't gonna know how to spell it.
Yeah,
I'll
D-
tell you right now.
Well, just think of it. The other
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Sykes. Yeah, see,
That's a good one.
IV, and you find me on any social media. And look, if they follow me and they say, "Hey, I saw you on Takeover TV," I follow them back as appreciation, you know, because I don't follow everybody.
That's what
you know,
me neither.
You know, I gotta be.
At least I
careful.
try not to.
Right,
I mean,
right.
you know, it is what it is.
You know, I know how it is.
So,
When did you discover,
go ahead.
When did you discover you had a gift?
When I had a gift,
Yeah.
at my last, when I couldn't go to college. Yeah.
Now on part 1, who's a couple of the other actors that's on now? Go ahead, give us maritime.
Man,
so they gonna cuss you out.
Yeah,
Not
right,
mention their
right.
name.
Director is Huey Roth, man, which killed it. Joanne, she's the casting director. She killed it. Brandon Pratt, he killed it. Like everybody just on Brandon Pratt right now.
Yeah,
Like,
he was funny.
Every time I seen the video, they were like, "Hey man, your cousin crazy." Oh, like I appreciate that, but how do I do? But you know, no, he kills it. Munchie, he kills it. Kawan, he killed. Man, everybody. Desi, Nicole, my wife Chanel. I'm gonna say my wife Chanel is one of the biggest supporters because she held it together and
That's
she
what's
allowed
up.
me to put money to the side to make this happen. And she even cooked for everybody to make it happen.
That's what's up.
Man, very supportive. You know, I love her for that. And Rakim Jones, man, yeah. Garrett Sudds, he supplied, you know, the shirt for me.
That's who supplies the Takeover TV
That's
shirts,
what I'm saying
man.
about support, man.
Yeah.
We support each other, man. And got Jamarcus, and he did the music. Vinny
Right.
Kush, he sung on the hook. Man, everybody just Stephon, he did the audio. Man, everybody just came together and it worked. Like that's the crew. That's the cast and crew there. It worked.
Before you give your shout outs, before we wrap everything up, got one last thing.
What you
now,
got?
when is Takeover TV gonna make their cameo appearance?
Yo, you know what? I believe that can happen. You're affiliated with Shreveport. So my whole thing is that I have to stick to the authentic and what's happening in Shreveport. And you guys making it happen. And I have to have you guys. Are you serious about it?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Give me my script. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hey, I know Huey watching
ready.
right now. We can definitely make
Yeah,
that
yeah.
happen.
Send the script on. I'm ready.
Well, I think
Man, I acted in 3rd grade.
He's naturally funny though.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
That's you know, we sometimes people, you know.
I like being a bad guy, man. I like villains.
You like villains?
Yeah.
Like people owe you
So,
money.
so man, give me a bad role. I don't want no good guy.
You know
role.
what? I can do that where somebody owe you money. You know, you that guy. You like Ice Cube.
Now I'm not big enough to beat up nobody, so it still gotta be believable.
No,
but,
you pay people.
But see, I could be the boss behind and send the goons after him.
You know, your camera guy bigger than you, man. He's muscular. He's like swole.
That's what I'm saying.
You can pay him to get whatever you need back.
So when you find the you know the
I'm gonna have him apart as your bodyguard if he's cool with it, and have you as the boss. You know, we'll have some piranhas or
you know,
something.
however you write it, man. If you need me to be the trash man, I'll be the trash man. We just gonna make our cameo.
Man, we can definitely make that happen, though, man.
But any shout outs you want to give out? You know. while we're
Oh
here?
man, I did shout out like the whole cast and crew, man. Like I said, everybody that was a part of it. This wouldn't happen, you know, without them, and also the people that supported, that shared it, inbox. Like it would not happen without them. Like the people, the viewers. Like you guys, I shout you out to the most. Man, them homeless people going crazy over there, huh?
Yeah, they doing something.
But I like to shout out, but you know, everybody that supported anything, you know, with this, and it means a lot to me. And I see you. You
Right.
know, I see you guys. So you know, just know my love is there. You know,
All right.
gotta thank God. you gotta thank God. You gotta have the one hand up. I thank God right there. Hey, you know, that's funny how they do. I like to thank God first. Hey, cuz, look, let me tell you something about these bitches, though, dog. God bless me with some bad bitches, man. I appreciate you, God. One up. Like, wait a minute. This is the thuggest Christian I've ever seen in my
and
life.
2 hours later, rapper goes to jail. See that? That's what your ass
That's what
get.
you get. Playing with you. You ain't getting out. If Tyler Perry can do it, I know I can. You know, and anybody can. You know, so
Right.
it's just the fact that you stick to what you create and keep pushing and getting that fan base to help you to get, you know, where you are.
Keep putting in that work, dog.
Keep putting that work.
And there it is.
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Sykes on Takeover TV.
Yeah. I don't know what that was. That's.
I mean,
Man, like, yeah, I had 3 shows with Tiffany Haddish in New York and Alex Thomas, which was a great experience.
Tiffany had what you failed to tell us during the interview. Man, you failed to tell us that part.
Well, you know, okay, so I'm not used to bragging about what I do or present, you know.
I get that, but that's what makes the interview.
Yeah, right. So it's like I got so much Like I got so much that
But
you know.
had so many stars. You said the Rocky had 50 Cent and all that, so I can see how you can forget one.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't working no damn body, so hell, I ain't.
But you work,
All
hey,
them.
but you create them though. You getting the stars. You molding them right
I
now.
mean, we try.
Yeah, you're doing it. You're doing it.
We try.
But yeah, working with Tiffany though, she was exactly how she act on stage. You know, she's a fun person to hang out with, and funny. You know, funnier. You know, once you connect with her, and she's also another person. You know, that kind of stayed the same. I don't know. I really tested it though. I ain't really text her, in a while after that, because I don't like texting when people make it.
This is what I need you to do, man. I need you to get with The Rock, 50 Cent, and all these jokers, and tell them I need an interview. Hey, I'll fly wherever they at. Don't worry about it.
You'll fly wherever they
I'll
at.
fly with it. They sure as hell ain't finna fly to me.
To the jungle, huh?
They ain't flying to the
To
jungle.
the jungle.
So this is the deal. I will fly wherever they at. All I need, if I get a solid 10 minutes, maybe 5, I could make it work in 5.
Right.
I'll cut down the Instagram snippets and be done.
But now, if I don't know if she's gonna reply though. That's what I say. I don't know if she.
I get it.
Yeah, you know.
Who? Take over what the hell?
Yeah, right. Right, man. So I mean, it's that's what I say. I work, and it's crazy because you see everybody you work with before they made it, and then you see them make it, and it's like you're like, bro, like,
It's okay. It just means blessings
Yeah.
in the neighborhood.
oh yeah. I never really like that much. That's what I say. It's just like,
Trying to move up the moving day.
yeah, right, yeah. That's right. Yeah, move up the moving day. I like that. God, you're doing what you're doing, but move up the moving day, please.
Expedite this a little bit.
Yeah.
Expedite this, sir. You know,